Hey guys, I'm Brett the Nerdy Engineer. I just picked up my new Google Pixel phone. It was just released today. I pre-ordered it the day Google announced it, and I've been blown away by this phone. I was a big fan of the Moto X phones before, and I was really leaning towards getting the Moto Z, but when Google unveiled the Pixel, I knew that I just had to get it. There's quite a few things that make this a great phone. And one thing you'll notice is that even though this is the Verizon phone, I got it through Verizon with my contract, there's not any Verizon branding on the outside of this phone at all. None. I think this is probably the first phone other than the iPhone that hasn't had Verizon branding on it. So that was a big shock to me. This phone did come preloaded with 3 Verizon apps, the Go90, Verizon Messages, and My Verizon. However, you're able to completely delete them from your phone. Not just disable them like on previous versions of Android, but you can legitimately delete these 3 apps. And there's only 3, which is a huge improvement in and of itself. Usually there's 20 crappy apps from Verizon, but this phone they limited to just 3 and they can be completely deleted. So this phone truly is what we would have considered before a Nexus device. It's pure Google, and Verizon has even come out since and said that all updates are going to be done through Google. They're not going to hold up anything when Google pushes the updates out to all of the Pixel phones. The Verizon phones will get it at the same time. They're not going to hold it up at all. It really doesn't matter if you buy this phone directly from Google or you get it from Verizon. You're going to get the exact same phone. Even the box has 0 Verizon branding. There's nothing on here except it came with a Verizon SIM if you didn't have one. One of the first things you'll notice from the exterior of this phone is there's this glass back with the metal and the little circle. It looks kind of like an iPhone home button. That's actually a fingerprint reader. So you can just tap the fingerprint reader and it'll unlock your phone. And there's also a setting that you can swipe down on the fingerprint reader and to pull down your notification bar. This phone comes in 2 sizes. I got the regular Pixel. There's also a Pixel XL. But one of the great things about this phone is that when you get the smaller size, it's not a handicapped phone. In the past, a lot of times when there's 2 sizes, the larger size is the flagship one with all the better processor and better screen and all that, better camera. But on the Pixel and the Pixel XL, everything's the same between the two except the battery size is obviously bigger on the bigger phone because it has a bigger screen, and the screen has a higher resolution because it is a bigger screen. But the camera's the same, the processor's the same, everything else is exactly the same, so you're really not penalized for getting the smaller phone. If anyone has the 2nd generation Moto X, this phone's very similar in size. It's actually a little bit narrower than the Moto X and then just a little bit taller. One of the new features I like about this phone is that to get to your apps, you don't have the little app drawer button anymore. You just swipe up from the bottom and then you get to your list of apps. Most of the new smartphones nowadays are coming with USB-C plugs, which USB-C, if you don't know, it's great. It's finally reversible. So with a normal USB plug, you have to make sure you get it in the correct way. USB-C is like an iPhone plug where it doesn't matter which way you put it in. It works the same. So that's great, but chances are you already have a lot of micro USB cables laying around, and instead of going out and buying all new USB-C cables, you can actually pick up some of these little adapters, and it just plugs onto your micro USB cable and has a USB-C end. So that way you can keep using your old cables or your old car chargers, and you don't have to toss those things. I'll provide a link in the description to a Google engineer that tests the USB-C cables. A lot of companies have gypped on the cables and they don't put the right resistor in there, which can damage your devices. So you want to make sure you get a quality USB-C cable, and it's not just by price or brand. Some of the more popular brands have actually screwed it up. So I'll link to his Amazon account where he reviews. He's got like a couple hundred reviews of USB-C cables. I'll link to that so you guys know which cables to buy and which ones not to buy. Well, that's it for this video. I mostly just wanted to throw together a quick video to let you guys know that the Verizon version of the Google Pixel is exactly the same as the one you get from the Google Store or from Best Buy, and that you can completely delete the Verizon apps. I thought those two things were revolutionary. It's kind of unheard of with Verizon and Android phones. So I want to let you guys know that. Also, check out my other video I uploaded tonight. I did one on Tesla's recent announcement about the new autopilot hardware and kind of my opinions on it, especially being a new Tesla Model X owner, how I kind of feel about the upgrade. So check out that video and subscribe to my channel so you can see all my upcoming videos. Thanks, guys.